Hey everybody! Hello,
Hello.
hello! Peter!
Hello, Daniel.
How's it going?
I'm fine. How about you? I heard
I'm good.
are now in Paris.
Yeah, I haven't seen you for almost 2 years.
Is it 2 years? That long?
Yeah, time
Oh my.
flies.
Yeah, okay.
So, how's life going?
Yeah, it's okay. I'm pretty
Yeah.
busy doing
Right.
other hangouts and yeah, just finished a training course to become an assistant of IT administration. So hopefully I get
Cool.
a job very soon in that kind of profession.
Excellent, excellent. Where are you living right now?
In Germany. Still
You're
in
still in
Germany.
Germany? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We're
I would like to
neighbors
live
now.
in the UK, but it's not happening. No. To find a
Yeah.
job first. You have to
There you
make
go.
money somehow.
That's it. That's it. Excellent. Abdul, can you hear me? Abdul, are you there? Not not hearing Abdul. Abdul, if you can hear me, just say hello as soon as you're around. Nikolai.
Yes, sir.
Nikolai, are you there?
I'm here. Yes, hello. Nice to meet you all. Nice to see you here, Daniel. Nice to meet Peter, and nice to see Abdul.
Cool, cool. Nikolai, I'm assuming from your flag that you're from Romania.
Yes, I am.
Okay, okay, good.
Uh,
And what do you do in Romania?
Everything. In Romania, you need to do everything.
What What do you do for work, or are you studying, or are you working?
I'm working, of course. I'm not so young.
Okay.
I'm learning English by myself. I don't know if you remember me from Berlin or from Colingo.
Okay,
Long
yeah,
time before.
way back, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't forget you.
Excellent. Well, hey, welcome to class. It's nice to have you here.
Thanks.
Hello, Mara. Can you hear me?
Yeah, hello.
Hi, Mara. How are you today?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm really good, actually. Yeah, it's the start of a busy week, but I'm excited to be doing lots of work this week. So,
Yeah, good.
Mara, where are you from?
Well, I'm living in Syria, but I'm from Palestine.
Okay, okay. Mara, we had you last week.
Yeah,
Okay, good. All right. Nice to see
yeah.
you, Mara. Fantastic. Cool. I'm glad you
Thank
could
you.
make it 2 weeks in a row. In a row.
Yeah, yeah.
Great. Well,
Thank
what I
you.
want to do first, guys, before we start talking today, is I want to explain a little bit about how the English bug works and how you can use our site for the free materials. So, Mara, I explained this to you last week, but
Yeah,
this week we are going to talk a little bit about cities and specifically about Paris because I'm living in Paris, so I know a little bit and I wanted to discuss things. But we are going to talk a little bit about phrasal verbs and situational vocabulary, grammar, and I want to show you how you can use English books to find these things. Okay? Abdul, are you there? I think I heard some noise from you there, Abdul. Uh, Abdul, can you hear us?
Hello?
Hi,
Yes, sir, I
Abdul.
can hear you.
Okay,
Hi.
good. It's nice to meet you.
Thank you, thank you. Nice to meet you.
All right. Cool. So, guys, to get started here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take you to the English bug page. So I'm just going to share my screen. Can everybody see that?
yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So if you go to the English bug screen, you'll see at the top there are a few different things. We have our home page, this is our learning library that we're looking at here. We also have a teachers page where you can look at our different teachers. We've got a courses page where you can choose different courses. You know, if you click on some of the courses, you'll see our pictures and an explanation of what's in each course. Okay? We also have our blog, so if you're interested in coming here to look at some of the some information about English, we are putting in regular blog posts. Some of them are very interesting. And we also have this link to our live classes, and this is where today's class is. And so if people come in here and they click on Enter Live Class, they can join us. So anybody who's outside the class watching, this is the place just on this purple button where you can join. So today what I want to do is I want to start by looking at Learning Library. So if you go into the Learning Library, we've got 4 different things that you can use. If you click on Grammar Skills, you'll see that we have a whole bunch of different grammar skills that you can look at. And if you click on Learn More under Comparatives and Superlatives, you'll see that there's a whole bunch of explanations on how to use these, and then a little bit of practice at the end. You have an activity that you can work on. Okay? So that's one way that you can use our free learning library. We also have situational vocabulary. So in here, you'll see we have any situation you can think of really in the world that you would need to know different vocabulary. So if you're at the airport, these are nouns that you would use at an airport. These are verbs that you would use at an airport. These are adjectives you would use at an airport. So before doing things in the English world, these are good to study, just so that you have an idea of what to expect in those situations. The next thing is phrasal verbs, and today we're going to be using this a little bit. So in here, you have the definition of, or you have what the phrasal verb is, the words. You have the definition or the meaning of the phrasal verb, and you have an example. And all of the phrasal verbs here are in alphabetical order. Act up, add up to, ask around. You go all the way down, there's more than 500 of these. Okay, so there's lots of phrasal verbs to use. Okay? And the last thing, and we talked about this last week, and I know that last week, Mara, you helped me out with this. But we had lots of idioms, so this is a good place to practice your the most common English idioms, and there are also many English idioms, like we said.
Yeah.
Was it a little bit difficult, Mara, the idioms?
Well, no, it was good.
Okay, good. So there you go, guys. So that's just a little bit of free materials that you can use. Next time, you know, you're looking up words and you need to say, oh, where can I find this idiom, or where can I find this phrasal verb? Use our website. All those materials are free. All right?
Okay.
Cool. Excellent. So like I said, today what I want to do is I want to talk a little bit about Paris. And to start with, I just want to ask, has anybody ever been to Paris? Anybody in the class?
I've been there. 3 times. Yeah.
Oh, really? Did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed it, yeah, but I don't speak French, so I had a hard time. And one time I had a girlfriend with me, and she said she speaks French, but turned out that she didn't. So we used our hands a lot.
Okay, got it. Yeah. Lots of.
Well, it was a long time ago. I don't know how it is today, but even with English, you didn't get very far at that time in the late 80s, early 90s.
So you used lots of hand gestures. So if you wanted some wine, you might be like. Right?
Well, I can tell one short episode. We went into one of these nice market halls, and we wanted some slices of cheese. And well, we knew the word for cheese, fromage, but well, we couldn't actually say we wanted just a few slices, not the whole cheese. So that was a bit tricky.
Yeah, I'm sure, yeah. But it's important to make hand gestures, though. I mean, this is the big thing. If you have lots of hand gestures, usually you can explain what you need to explain. And like you said, Peter, I think before it was a lot more difficult to use English in Paris, but more and more people in France are speaking English, and especially in Paris. So it's a lot easier these days. Hello, Kushi, are you there? Oh, Kushi's here. I know that Kushi has a little bit of a connection problem sometime. And Nikolai, I saw that you left and came back, so that's good.
Yes, he had a Romanian connection, maybe.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Hey, Nikolai, have you ever been to Paris?
No, it's
No?
just a dream.
Okay, well, perfect. We can talk about it today then. We can learn a lot about things. So, perfect. So the first thing I want to do is we're going to talk a little bit about Paris, and I want to compare it a little bit to the cities you live in. So maybe we can look at things that are similar between the cities you live in and in Paris. Okay? So the first thing, like I said, we're going to be using lots of phrasal verbs, and we'll talk a little bit about the grammar throughout this class, but I want you guys to do a little bit of reading, too. And if you have any questions while we're doing this, make sure to raise your hand, and don't forget to use the learning library that I showed you before. So, the first thing, can anybody tell me what is Paris famous for?
First is Eiffel Tower.
The Eiffel Tower, yes, definitely.
Yes,
Definitely.
I know that because it's built with Romanian steel at Reșița.
Ah, yeah.
And
Yeah.
after that, Bucharest in the past time was named Little Paris. So Bucharest is a Paris just a little bit little.
Excellent. Well, you know, they say a lot about Paris. They say that it's kind of a city of romance, right?
Yeah.
Is Nikolai, would you consider Bucharest to be a city of romance?
Right now, I'm afraid not. Is a city of hard working, and
Right.
I don't know. But in the past time was the construction, the building was in this style. Anyway, it was a nice city in the past
Right.
time.
Right.
I
But
know
now,
is nice too, but in other way.
Yeah.
It was building a lot, new construction, new architecture.
well, you know, a lot of things changed with the economic crisis, right? So that created a lot of things. The economic crisis. We need to be working a little bit harder these days.
Yes, little
Yeah.
country, big affected.
That's it. Yeah.
That is.
So when we're talking about Paris, guys, as a city of romance, or a city of love, do you think that it's a good place to check out, to check it out with your boyfriend or girlfriend? What do I mean when I say to check it out? Is it a good place to go if you want to check out the city? Hold on one second, guys. Abdul, can you hear me?
Yes.
Abdul, can you put your microphone on mute when you're not speaking, because we're hearing a little bit of sound from you. Is that okay?
Integrated. It is integrated microphone.
Yeah, if you can just mute your microphone when you're not speaking, because we're hearing a little bit of background sound. Okay? All right, perfect. Thanks, Abdul. Oh, now we have got some more sound somewhere else, but no problem. So, does anybody think that Paris is a good city to check out with your boyfriend and girlfriend. What do I mean when I say to check out? What do I mean? Anybody? Does anybody know what that verb means? To check something out?
Maybe to travel, to have a trip.
To travel, you could say that. When we say check out, we usually mean to explore something, right?
Yeah.
Like when you want to go to visit a place, like you say, like let's check out this place, or like this.
Exactly, Mara. When you want to go check something out, you say, "I want to go check it out." Exactly, Peter. You want to find out about it. So you guys are both on the right page, on the same page here.
Yeah.
And when I say you're on the same page, that means we're all thinking the same idea. Right?
Yeah, I think that we use it usually when it take about a man and a woman. So we say that they should be in the same page to go forward. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Might be helpful. Yeah.
Yeah, that rarely
Be on the
happens.
same
Yeah, it's tough to be on the same page. But you know, I think a lot of people, when a guy says to his girlfriend, he says, "Hey, do you want to go to Paris for holidays?" Usually the woman is like, "Oh yes, I'd like to go." And they're usually on the same page. I think it's a popular place for tourists, right? So what do you guys think? Do you think that it's a good place to check out with your boyfriend, or is it a better place to check out without your boyfriend or girlfriend? What do you think, Mara? What would you prefer? Do you think Paris is better to check out with a boyfriend or without a boyfriend?
Well, let me think. Yeah, maybe it's a good idea. Well, to check a new place, like not because it is a romantic place.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna check a new country for us. I mean, for me. So it's gonna be a good idea, I think.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I think a lot of people think, well, you know, if I'm gonna go to Paris, I don't want to go by myself. I don't want to go by myself. I feel more comfortable if I'm with my girlfriend because it's the city of romance, and nobody wants to be alone in the city of romance.
Well,
But
if I want to go, if I want to go there, I'm gonna go with my fiance. I think, not with my boyfriend.
There you go.
Or
go
with my husband.
Okay, good. Or with your husband. Good.
Yeah.
I've actually tried both.
First good. We have
an expert. Alone because I was on a trip around Europe, and I took lots of pictures. I think I'm the only person that has taken so many pictures of the Eiffel Tower. Crazy. And I don't know if you can still walk up that tower or walk down. So is it still possible? Because at that time it was still possible.
Actually, I just walked up the Eiffel Tower last week.
And can you walk all the way up to the
top? No, you can walk to the second stage, and then after the second stage, there's an elevator that takes you right to the top.
Okay.
So not the whole way.
That I found very interesting because they made a movie that was set around the Eiffel Tower. I think it was like an agent or so. They was a chase or so up and down the Eiffel Tower. It was very interesting because they have these spiral stairs, no? And it reminded me very much of the movie. So if you're on your own, what I mean is it's really interesting because there's so much to see. If you go there with your boy or girlfriend, it's totally different because you want to see the romantic side of Paris. If you actually want to see a lot, you should probably go on your own, yes, because not everyone has the same interest.
Sure, yeah, and this is good. This is what. Yeah, not on the same page. Well, Peter, this is what I'm getting at. Okay, this is what I'm getting at. And when I say I'm getting at something, it means this is what I want to explain. Peter and I are on the same page here. Because when you go without a girlfriend, lots of people say that Paris is a good place to hook up with someone. Has anybody ever heard that expression, to hook up with someone? To hook up with someone?
Does it mean to find new friends or
Not
to
sort of new friends.
meet new people? I don't know.
Sort of. Usually we say it when we're talking about romantic friends. Okay? So if you say, oh, I went out last night and I hooked up with this girl, it means, oh, there was some kind of a romantic thing that happened with this girl. Okay?
So it's more serious.
Right? Yeah. So it's not. It doesn't always mean sex, but it means something happened. Okay, maybe some kissing or something romantic was going on. Okay, so that's to hook up with somebody. So some people say that Paris is a good place to hook up with someone. Do you guys think that's true from what you've seen in movies? Does that sound believable? Paris is a good place to hook up with someone?
I don't know, but I will try.
Good answer.
Sounds interesting.
Oh, good. So, what about this, guys? What about if you're with your boyfriend or girlfriend and you come to Paris? Do you think that Paris is a good place for a proposal?
Oh, why not?
Proposal. Because I heard that more people come to Paris to propose than any other city in the world. What do I mean when I say proposal?
Being a romantic city is normal.
But what do I mean by
Presenting a ring?
Right,
Yes.
right. To give a ring to someone. So if we say it's a proposal or to propose, the verb is to propose to someone. That means when the man gets down on his knee and he says, "Will you marry me?" And she goes, "Oh, yes, of course I will." Or she says, "No way, I don't think so." Right? So do you think that Paris is a good place to get down on your knee and pop the question? That's another expression we use. To pop the question means to propose someone. Pop the question.
Just trying to imagine Sacré-Cœur on the steps of Sacré-Cœur, watching the sunset. Very romantic.
There you go. There you go. What about you, Maro? Would you like it if your fiance proposed to you in Paris?
Today I'm not sharing that much because my culture and the area that I live in and the traditional things here is different. So I'm now just a listener for today.
Okay, no problem. Well, we'll get past all this. I just wanted to use a few of these terms, a few of these phrasal verbs a little bit, because when we talk about, a city of romance, you use a lot of phrasal verbs. But no problem. Why don't we move on a little bit, guys, and we'll get you guys to read a little bit, and then we'll discuss the difference between some of the things we see in Paris and some of the things we see in your cities where you live. Okay? So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to share with you one second, guys. I'm going to share with you a little bit of an article. And does anybody use Wikipedia? Do you guys use Wikipedia?
From time to time, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Anybody else use Wikipedia? Do you know what I mean when I say Wikipedia?
Yes, I'm using sometime.
Okay. Has anybody ever heard of Simple Wikipedia? Simple Wikipedia.
No.
I'm going to show you. So if you look here, this looks the exact same as Wikipedia, but when we put in simple English Wikipedia, this gives us the same thing as you have in regular Wikipedia, but the English is a lot easier to understand.
Wow.
Because
Good to know.
often when you go and you look at Wikipedia, you'll see that it's very complicated, their explanations. And I know we have Wikipedia in different languages. You have it. Oh, oops. We have Wikipedia in German, and we have Wikipedia in Arabic, and we have it in all languages. But if you want to study, this is a good way to do it, is to go to simple English Wikipedia and read about your favorite subjects in English. Okay? So if you ever want, that's what it's called, simple Wikipedia, and you can look up anything you want. Okay? So let's start.
Could you also use an abbreviation if you search for something? Because when I search for a word or so, I key in wiki and the word I'm searching for. Could you use that for simple Wikipedia too? Could you add simple wiki or so?
Exactly. So you could put in the word you're looking for. So what I did, I put in Paris simple Wikipedia.
Okay.
And this is what came up. Okay. So yes, you can. All right. So you guys, let's do a little bit of reading, and maybe what we'll do is let's see. Oh, sorry. 1 second. Abdul, are you there? Abdul, can you hear me? Oh, we lost Abdul. Kushi, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, good. Nice to hear from you, Kushi. Kushi, oh, we lost her again. I know Kushi's trying to get into our classes often, and she kind of just disappears. So, Mara, can we start with you? Mara, can you read for us the first 2 paragraphs of this article?
Yeah. Okay. For the character of mythology, see Paris mythology.
Okay.
Paris, nicknamed the City of Light, is the capital city of France and the largest city in that country. Its area is 105 square kilometer, and around 2.15 million people live there. If suburbs are counted, the population of the Paris area rises to 12 million people.
Good. And just 1 second. 1 second.
Sorry.
Very quickly, I just want to say, when we say this word, we always say the number first and then million after. So we would say 2.15 million. So we don't say 15 after a decimal point. We say 1.
Okay.
Okay? 2.15.
Yeah.
All right. And continue.
The Seine River runs through the oldest part of Paris and divided it into 2 parts, known as the left bank and the right bank. It is surrounded by many forests.
Perfect. Okay, very good. So one thing I think that's really interesting here is the population. So in the city, it says there's only 2.15 million people. But if the suburbs are counted, the population rises to 12 million people. Right? What do we mean when we say suburbs? What are the suburbs?
Those countries like in the oh my God, I don't know how to explain it, but those small countries which include the largest city, like maybe like Bordeaux, I think.
Not exactly. Not exactly. Does anybody else want to give an explanation for suburbs?
The surrounding areas.
Right. That's it. The surrounding areas. So let me just show you. I'm just going to do very quickly. I'm going to search Paris here. I'm going to look at a map of Paris. Right? So here's can everybody see that?
It's building up. Okay. Good.
Okay.
It's a bit small. Okay, yeah.
Sorry, I can make it a little bit bigger here. How about that? Can you? Oops, 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 oops.
Yeah, that's much better.
Oh, sorry, guys. Sorry, I'm all over the place here. There we go. Okay, so when they say 2.15 million people, they're talking about the people inside of this ring right here. So this is called in Paris the périphérique, and it's the road that goes all the way around Paris. And on the inside here is Old Paris, and there's 2.15 million people. But you see, all these areas around Paris are the suburbs. And in this area, if you include all this, there's actually more than 12 million people in Paris. So it's a big difference. There's a lot of people who live out in the suburbs in Paris. Right? So how about in your guys' city? Do you have big suburbs? Are there big suburbs where you live? Peter?
There are no suburbs at all because the city of Bremen is also a state. So when you come to the border of the city, you're actually leaving the state. So there aren't any suburbs.
Sure, I understand. I got it.
Because Bremen is a city-state, and actually Bremen and Bremerhaven belong together, although they are about 40 miles apart. They are lying like two islands within the state of Lower Saxony. So for that reason, we don't have any suburbs in Bremen. In the city of Bremen, I should say.
Interesting. Well, thanks for that explanation. We don't have a lot of city-states, I think, in France, unless you include maybe Monaco, which is its own country. So.
But that's more like, well, it's almost like a separate country, no?
Right, exactly. Sorry, I noticed we just had 2 new students come in here, and I haven't said hello. Rashid, can you hear me? Hello, Rashid, are you there? Oh, we'll wait for you, Rashid. Make sure that your microphone's turned on. And Liliana, how's it going?
Hi, Daniel. Happy to be here.
Liliana, it must be early there in Colombia for you.
9:34 a.m. here, but I just read what you posted on Facebook. So, but I don't know how long did you start the class, or what time did you start?
Yeah, we started about half an hour ago.
Oh.
So there you go. But you made it. You're here.
Yes, because I just turned on my computer and read the ad. So anyway, I'm happy to be here. And how have you been?
Very good. Yeah, I can't complain.
How's life in Paris?
Very good. And actually today we're talking about Paris. So that's what our English class is about, so that I can share the little bit of knowledge I have of Paris with everybody. But we also have Peter here. He's an expert because he's been to Paris in many.
Well, and especially Liliana, because when I remember rightly, she actually knew a lot about Paris when we did a similar class on Colingo.
Right.
No,
she explained about the colors of France and all that. Well, it was actually about France, not especially about Paris.
Paris. No, I only was in Paris, but I think maybe 5 or 6 years
maybe
ago.
You still have your notes.
Okay, I like the topic.
All right, good. So what we were just talking about right now is we were saying that inside Paris, there's only actually 2.15 million people. But in the suburbs, there's 12 million people. So, Nikolai, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All All right. And Nikolai, you live in Bucharest, that's right?
I'm living in Little Paris.
Little
Yes.
Paris. Yes.
Yeah.
Little Paris. And you know, Nikolai, I've never been to Bucharest, but are
You
there
are invited.
suburbs? Are there
You are
lots of
invited.
suburbs?
No, Bucharest don't have a lot of suburb. What can
The
I tell
main.
you? The Bucharest is in construction right now.
Ah, okay.
Everything is exchanged quickly. If you don't go in Bucharest for 1 year, for example, you don't recognize Bucharest.
Changes fast.
Yes, very fast.
Okay. Excellent. And Mara, where are you in Syria? Are you in Damascus?
Yeah, I'm in Damascus.
And you know, I've heard actually Damascus is the oldest city in the world.
Yeah, that's true.
Are there suburbs in the oldest city in the world?
Yeah, there's many suburbs actually. The city of Damascus is surrounded almost by many suburbs here, and they
Okay.
are big.
They're big. Oh, can you tell me what is the difference between the suburbs and
Yeah,
the city center? What is the difference?
it depends on, for example, the factories and big factories, they go to suburbs, not in the middle of the city. And the service is different. Like in the cities, the service is more available than the suburbs, usually.
Ah, okay.
And the suburbs, usually, it's not crowded like in the middle of the city.
Ah, so what do you prefer? Do you prefer the suburbs or do you prefer the city center, downtown?
Well, for me, I'm living in the center of the city, so I get used to live here. I couldn't live in the suburb anymore.
Too far from the action.
Yeah, I think, but it's good. Like it's quiet, not crowded like here in the center. Many cars. There's pollution more than suburb.
Right, right. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I understand that. Yeah. Liliana, how about you in Bogota, where you're living? Do you think is there a big difference between the suburbs? Because I've been to Bogota, I know there are suburbs. Is there a big difference between the suburbs and downtown?
Yes, I think most of people like to live in the suburbs because it's calm there, but it's a little bit far from downtown. But they like to live there because there is no pollution, and they like to be in contact with the nature, and sometimes it's cheaper than downtown or the other neighborhood in the city. But I think depends, no? Depends on the people. I like to live there, but the problem is there is no hospitals or shopping centers or
Right,
supermarkets near there. But now they are building. They are building some supermarkets near the suburbs. But yes, I
so
think
there's a lot
it's
of there's advantages and disadvantages, right? Of living in
yeah, right.
and the same living down.
Yeah, but Bogota is I don't know if I can say growing up so fast.
Yeah.
There-
Yeah, you know what? I think what we might say is we might say that it's expanding. We could say that it's
expanding.
expanding very quickly.
Very quickly, and there is no land in the city, so that's why they are building houses in the suburbs
Ah, okay. Oh, yeah.
or complex or
Yeah,
so this
as
is called.
cities spread out and expand.
Yes, right.
Sometimes they call it suburban sprawl. Suburban sprawl. And this is it's actually a big problem in North America. I know where I'm from in Canada, sometimes you have the city sprawl, and it takes so long to leave a city, and all of the houses look the same in the suburbs.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. Sorry, I haven't said hello to Marina. Marina, how are you doing?
Hi, hello, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Marina, where are you from?
I'm from Tomsk, Russia.
Ah, excellent, excellent. And it's great that you're in class today for our Paris class, because I see behind you, you have the Eiffel Tower.
Yes, okay. That's puzzles which we collected by all my family.
Okay.
This picture was collected by all my family.
Ah, excellent, excellent. All right. Have you ever been to Paris?
Yes, one time, 3 years ago.
Ah, fantastic. So we've got lots of experts in the class today. Some Paris experts.
I am not sure because I've been in Paris only for 3 days.
Okay, well, that's a lot of time. You get to see a lot in 3 days. I know that Paris can be very exciting in 3 days because you want to do all of the attractions, right? 3 days, like that.
Yes, but one day we spent in Disneyland.
Ah, interesting. Yeah. I forget they have that. They have Euro Disney, right? Euro Disney, just around the corner. Cool, cool. Excellent. Well, hey guys, let's continue reading a little bit more of Paris, and we'll continue the discussion going. Oh, sorry, I don't want to share that though. Sharing the wrong thing. It's a little too small, I think, for you guys.
Yes, I need to.
Sorry, guys. I think they're doing some construction around the corner from me here. I'll just mute my microphone.
Much better.
Okay, good. Nikolai, if you can hear me, do you want to read the next 2 paragraphs here?
I will try.
All right.
Paris is also the center of French economy, politics, traffic, and culture. Paris has many art museums and historical buildings. As a traffic center, Paris has a very good underground subway system called the metro, like in Romania, metro. It also has 2 airports. The metro was built in 19th century, and its total length is more than 200 kilometers. The city has a multicultural style because 20% of people there are from outside France. There are many different restaurants which all kind of food. That is?
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. So, what do we mean when we say the city has a multicultural style?
we know in Paris is living a lot of people around the world, maybe, and of course every minority had their own culture.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and in Paris, there's people from all over the world. Does anybody know what some of the big ethnic groups that you have in Paris?
I think there are many people from Tunisia, Morocco.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, Morocco.
Algiers, maybe?
Yeah.
And we say Algeria.
Algeria.
Algiers is the capital of Algeria, right?
Ah, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's right. Lots of North African countries, right? Lots of North African countries, because in lots of those countries, there's a history of French invasion in the past, right? Wars and things. So there's a lot of English, or sorry, a lot of French spoken in these countries.
Ivory
Right.
Coast, people from Ivory Coast and Congo.
Yeah, right. There you go. The Ivory Coast also. So there are actually a few different countries in sub-Saharan Africa. What do I mean when I say sub-Saharan? Does anybody know what that means when I say sub-Saharan Africa?
No.
Anyone ever heard that? Sub-Saharan Africa.
You are referring to Saharan desert.
Exactly.
Saharan.
Anything underneath the Sahara Desert, right?
Yeah.
So if it's below the Sahara Desert, Sahara Desert, then it's called sub-Saharan Africa, and it's usually a lot more tropical. So there are some other people, some other countries down there that you have a lot of in France, including Senegal. Right, lots of people from Senegal. Anything else anybody can think of? Any other countries?
Congo, the Republic of Congo.
Yeah, you also have lots of people from the Congo as well. That's true. Very true. Yeah. Not the Democratic Republic of the Congo, but from the Congo, because I think the Democratic Republic of the Congo was colonized by the Belgians, I believe. By Belgium.
Belgians.
Yeah. All right. I want to skip over the history here because what I want to talk to you a little bit about is actually some of the big attractions. So let's see, Peter, can I get you to read to us about the Eiffel Tower? And you don't have to read all this stuff that's talking about the pronunciation. I think you know how to say Eiffel.
Mm-hmm. And you're lucky. Your screen share just showed up on my screen.
Okay,
It's a bit
perfect.
slow today.
Okay.
From the top, the Eiffel Tower, or from where?
Yeah, from the top, exactly. Let's
Okay.
read the first paragraph and then we'll stop you. Yeah.
Uh-huh. The Eiffel Tower, French, La Tour Eiffel, pronunciation, okay, is a famous landmark in Paris. It was built between 1887 and 1889 for the Exposition Universelle? I don't know. I don't speak French.
Very good French.
Exposition Universelle.
That's it. Nikolai's got it, no
Okay.
problem.
The tower was the exposition's main attraction.
Good, excellent. Does everybody know that about the history of the Eiffel Tower? That it was actually built for
Just
Expo.
for the exhibition, and they wanted to bring it down again, but they decided to leave it there because it was so successful. No?
Exactly, and people thought, wow, it's a really cool building, right? So why would we tear it down? And if you go to the Eiffel Tower, it's huge. It's enormous. It's really big, right? So it seems a little bit crazy that they would want to tear down something that took so long to build and was so
And they
big.
couldn't do that anymore anyway because it's getting heavier every 7 years, or what was it? Because then it got a new coating of color, and it changes its color slightly, you know.
Yeah, I think we talked about that in our last class a year ago or 2 years ago.
But now, what is the color? Gray or coffee or?
It's like a
Brown,
grayish, greenish, brown color now. Yeah.
But you know, after Eiffel Tower was built, people considered to be ugly for a short time.
What do you think, Nikolai?
Oh, it's a very nice construction, of course. I just told you it's built with Romanian steel.
There you go. Yeah, Romanian steel, the pride of Romania.
Yeah. But people don't know that because steel was every part of this build was made here in Russia. a
right.
very, yes.
So it's actually a Romanian tower.
He's built from Eiffel, not from our architect. But all constructors was from Romania.
Hmm.
Oh, wow. Do you guys know anything? The man who created the Eiffel Tower, his name was Gustav Eiffel. Do you know
Yes.
anything else that he made? Anything else famous that Gustav Eiffel made?
I don't remember exactly
build
this
the
moment.
famous bridge also? I'm
There's
not
one
sure.
very famous thing that he did.
No, don't know.
I'm sure that you've all heard of this one. It's a big monument in the United States that was a gift from
the
France.
statue.
Ah,
Yes.
okay. Statue of Liberty.
Exactly. Yeah, the
Was-
guy who made the Eiffel Tower, Gustav Eiffel,
Ah.
also made the Statue of Liberty. Yeah.
I didn't know that. We had that in our quiz last weekend. Famous landmarks around the world, and we were actually
Ah,
talking about the tower and the Statue of Liberty. That the Statue of Liberty was a gift from France, but we didn't talk about who built it or so.
Ah, okay. Well, there you go. It's a little piece of information, a little bit of trivia that you can share with people. Excellent. Sorry, Anna Carolina, I haven't said hello to you. How are you doing? Anna, can you hear me? Oh, she might be away for a second. No problem. All right, let's continue reading here. And Marina, can you read for us from "It costs 35 million pounds to build"?
Okay, I will try to do.
Okay.
It cost 35 million euros to build.
That sign right there is actually pounds. I don't know
Oh,
why.
pounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's 300 meters tall, but this height doesn't include the 24 meters area of antenna on the top. The total height of the structure is 324 meters, 1,058 feet. There are also 1,665 steps inside the Eiffel Tower. It weighs 10,000 tons. It consists of 18,038 pieces and 2.5 million rivets.
Yeah, does anybody know what a rivet is? What is that word, rivet?
Rivets. There are 10,000 sparkling lights and 80 kilometers of cables covering the structure. The weight of paint used at 60 tons, and the surface to be painted are 250,000 square meters. The paper used to print the visitors' tickets in here weighs 2 tons. Wow! 3 separate colors of paint are used on the tower in order to enhance the impression of height, with the darkest on the bottom and the lightest at the top.
And another curiosity about Eiffel Tower, on the summer is higher than on the winter.
Oh, really? And why is that, Nikolai?
Because on the summer is very, very high temperature, and the steel is dilating, is expanding.
It expands.
It expands. Yeah, right. It expands. Ah, interesting. Ah, look, it sounds like you know a lot of facts about the Eiffel Tower. There you go.
I just told you is made from Romania.
So, you guys, there's that one word there, rivets. And what rivets are a lot like screws, except that you cannot take them out. So they're like permanent screws. When you're putting two pieces of metal together, you use rivets. Does that make sense? Does everybody understand?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see. Liliana, do you want to read for us?
Okay. From the Eiffel till
Yeah, until the word again.
again. Okay. And the Eiffel, you pronounce Eiffel or Eiffel?
We say Eiffel, Eiffel.
Ah, okay. Thank you. The Eiffel Tower was built by Gustave Eiffel for the 100th year of the French Revolution. There were 107 bids submitted to construct the Eiffel Tower. 50 people worked on the design, and more than 100 built the parts. 132 workers assembled the parts on site. At first, the Eiffel Tower was to be made in Barcelona, Spain, but the people of Barcelona did not want it. Construction began on January 28, 1887, and was completed on March 31, 1889. When the tower was built, it was only meant to be kept for 20 years. People did not like the Eiffel Tower and I don't know how to read this word, Daniel.
Reckoned.
They wanted it taken down. After the 20 years, the tower became the property of Paris again.
All right, excellent. Jose, can you hear us?
What?
Hello, Jose, are you there? Jose Luis. Okay, we can hear you a little bit there, Jose. I think you're around a bunch of birds. They sound very pretty, but I'm going to try to mute you while we're speaking, because the birds are a little bit loud while we're speaking. I don't actually know. Can you still mute people in Google Hangouts? I don't know if it's working. No problem. Jose, when you're there, can you just say hello when you hear us? All right.
And Daniel, can I ask you something about the article?
Yeah, of course.
What does reckoned mean?
Does anybody know what this word means? Reckoned?
Consider, figure.
Consider, is that what you said, Marina? Yeah, when they say reckon, we kind of use it. Suggest, sort of like suggested, but also a little bit like they believed that they wanted it taken down, or they all agreed that they wanted it taken down. That's what they thought. To reckon something is to think something.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry guys, I know there's a lot of sound here where I am. There's construction happening. It just came up as soon as class started, so a little bit frustrating, but there you go. Okay, let's see. Anna, are you there? There are a few people in the class who I think are just watching, no problem. Anna said she's just going to listen, no problem. And Jose, are you back? No, not yet. Okay, no problem. Peter, do you want to read the last part for us here? This last paragraph?
Yeah, I can't really see the screenshot right now because I have problems with my Hangout.
No problem. We can pass that on.
It's pretty tiny. And my eyes are not that sharp anymore.
Okay, I might be able to make it a little bit bigger.
Sorry.
No problem.
No, it's just on my screen because everything in the Hangout for some reason is very slow on my side.
No problem. Well,
okay,
Nikolai,
now it's coming up. Okay, I can read it.
Okay,
I can read. From by this time or from where?
Yeah.
Okay, by this time the city had learned that the tower could be used to help with communications. The military used the tower to communicate during battle. The tower was used in the capture of the spy Mata Hari. Nobody wanted it to be taken apart.
So this is interesting, I think, that the fact that they use the tower for purposes, right, to use it for communication. And this is actually happening, I'll just tell you a little story. This is actually happening a lot in other places around the world. Do you know what tall buildings around the world are being used for mobile telephone communication? Does anybody know what
The
tall
CN
building?
Tower in Toronto?
Well, yes, that is true, but there are actually many tall buildings all over the world that are being used for mobile telephone communications, for cell phone towers. And it's pretty interesting what they're doing. So actually, it's churches.
Churches.
Yeah. So
Notre-Dame? No.
Churches. Wow.
Yes. So what churches are
Definitely
doing
not in Germany.
well, it's to make a little bit of money. To make a little bit of money, what they do is on the top of the steeple. Does everybody know what a steeple is? The very top of the church where the cross is, the steeple. They are renting the steeple to telephone companies.
Really?
They rent the steeple to telephone companies, and that way they make some extra money for the church. And I know in Canada this was happening quite a bit.
Is it visible? Because usually you see an antenna.
Yeah. So I think what they're doing, Peter, is they're making the steeples so big, the crosses so big that they can hide them within the cross. So there's a few different examples of this that I've seen.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
With new churches, especially with modern churches, because it's easy for them to hide the telephone, the communication equipment inside the cross. So, a little bit of an interesting fact there.
Y hay un moderador que pone el tema y va explicando el tema.
Okay. Jose, can you hear us?
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Jose. We can all hear you. We can hear your birds.
Well, this is the first time I came in your group.
Ah, okay. Well, welcome. It's nice to have you here.
All right, thank you so much.
All right, good. And Jose, what we like to do when you're not speaking, can you be sure to mute your microphone so that we don't hear any extra noise?
Oh, okay, I got it. I'm so sorry.
No problem. No problem. Welcome to the class.
All right, thank you. You may go ahead.
All right, perfect. So guys, let's move on a little bit and talk a little bit about Notre-Dame. Has anybody here been to Notre-Dame?
Yes, I've been there.
All right. And what were your impressions of Notre-Dame? What were your impressions?
For me, it was great. And I remember the glasses. I don't know. We call in Spanish vitrales, but I don't know what's the name in English.
Stained glass windows.
Is
that what you mean? The stained glass windows?
Yes. I like the design, the colors,
the
effects inside the church, and I remember the roof, and what else? In the facade. They have a lot of little image, but now I don't remember what image are they. And I remember that you can go up. The top. And we heard a mass there. Was really how can I say that? Was amazing, and the chorus of a group of kids singing in the mass. All
Oh, wow, okay, like a chorus of children. Oh, very nice.
yeah, yes, and the structure is amazing. I think it's spectacular. First time that you were there, and I feel different. I felt myself different when I went inside the church. I don't know, something inside there that cause an effect on you.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I hear what you're saying. I mean, it's a big place, and there's definitely a feeling of history in there.
Mm-hmm.
For sure,
Yeah.
for sure. Jose Luis, do you want to read for us a little bit about Notre-Dame? Jose, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Jose, please, when you're not speaking, I need you to mute your microphone because your birds are very loud.
I forgot it. Sorry.
No problem. But can you read for us, Jose?
Just a moment, please.
Okay.
Daniel, can you still walk up all the way to the roof? Is it still possible?
You can walk up to the top now. Yeah.
Because I remember the staircase was really narrow, and if you are, what is it in English, claustrophobic? Not really nice place to be with all the tourists walking up and coming down.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of places in Paris, actually, a lot of the different tourist attractions that make you feel claustrophobic. Does everybody know what that means, to feel claustrophobic?
Yes, it's to be afraid of closed spaces.
Exactly. So it's a fear of small or of closed spaces. There you go. Okay, Jose, can you read that first part for us?
All right, sure. It is Notre-Dame, is that correct?
Yeah.
All right, Notre-Dame is a very old cathedral in Paris, France. It is one of the France's most famous landmarks, and many people visit each year. The cathedral is on a small island on the river Seine. It is the cathedral of the Catholic Archdiocese of Paris, one of the 23 archdioceses in France.
Good. And we actually say in English, we say archdiocese. Okay, archdiocese. Excellent. All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Jose, make sure to silence your microphone though, because those birds are very loud now.
All right, let me go. I'm going to move. Just a moment, please.
Okay, but Jose, you just need to press the mute button.
He's going to mute the birds now.
Okay, just mute the birds instead. Yeah. Great. Excellent. Yeah, so this is true actually. The Notre Dame is on a little island. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there's a little island in the middle of Paris. Maybe I'm gonna change. Do you remember that?
The Ile of the
Okay.
That I remember too.
Louise, please stop muting me. You need to mute yourself. Louise, Jose, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, Jose, do you know how to use Google Plus? Google Hangout?
This is the second time I see on my screen mute. So when I press it, all right.
No, you're muting me. You're muting me. So what you need to do, Jose, is at the top of your screen. I'm just going to share my screen with you to show you. Okay, can you see my screen? At the top here, you've got 5 different icons, or sorry, 6 different images. Okay, you need to go click on the one that is white up top and is a picture of a microphone. Can you see that?
when I'm speaking with through my phone.
Oh.
Let
Okay.
me test.
Okay.
What happened if I? Okay. Okay.
Jose,
You are muting
Jose,
Daniel. You are supposed to mute yourself. Jose.
yeah, not me. Mute yourself.
On your picture, when you hover with the mouse over your picture, there should be a word mute coming up or so, or an icon.
Yes, there is an icon or an image of the microphone. So you have to click on it. Jose Luis?
Yes, I'm here.
All
Do
right.
you understand?
No problem. No problem. You know what? Actually, guys, we're out of time as it stands. So I'm really sorry, but I've got some other classes that I have to work on today. Just one more thing before we go. I really want to remind you again. Don't forget that if you want to do a little bit of studying with phrasal verbs and idioms and things, we have all that on the English website. So I'm just going to show everybody one more time where that is. So if you go to English Bug website and you go under Learning Library right here, you've got grammar skills, situational vocabulary, phrasal verbs, idioms, and if you click on any of these, so for example, phrasal verbs, it gives you a whole list of all the phrasal verbs with their definitions and examples. Okay, so it's very useful for studying.
Could you perhaps post the link in the group chat?
Yeah, good idea. Yeah, so I'm just gonna. So you have all this stuff right here, Learning Library, right there. So it's all free. Go ahead and use it. And if you have any questions or you have any suggestions on how to make it better, let me know. And I'll keep trying to update the site. Okay. So listen, guys, we're gonna have these live hangouts probably once or twice a week. We also have live hangouts with Teacher Mary, Teacher Bridget, and Teacher Juliana. So they're going to be random. We don't know when we're going to have them, but keep looking at my website and at my Google Plus page, and continue to look at the English Bug Google Plus page, and you'll find updates on the upcoming live classes. Okay?
Great, a good idea. Thanks for your time, Daniel.
Cool. Well, thanks for coming out, guys. I had a fun time talking about Paris, and we'll do it again soon.
Ah, okay.
All right.
Thanks a lot,
Thank you.
Daniel.
All right.
It was
Thanks,
very
nice meeting you guys. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.